And behind me over here is the old Area 2 Detective Headquarters. Police torture was concentrated at Area 2. It was led by then Commander John Burge. We really started getting involved when it was Andrew Wilson. When I took on Andrew's case, I thought, oh, how could we lose this case? The guy's got so many injuries. And yet I significantly underestimated the difficulty of litigating against a police department that is involved in these kind of activities. We broadened it out from Andrew Wilson to make it a Chicago Police Department policy case. There was a lot of community pressure brought, to fire Burge, and eventually he was fired. There eventually was a move to prosecute Burge for lying about the torture. And in fact, he was convicted and he served several years in federal prison.
I've had the honor and privilege to work on the Burge torture cases, both as a lawyer and as an activist. We continue to represent Burge torture survivors who continue to remain behind bars, who've never received an evidentiary hearing to challenge the use of their tortured confessions against them. Over time, it became very clear to me that the legal system, particularly the courts, had failed the torture survivors and their family members and Black communities here in Chicago time and time again. When did you first learn about the People's Law Office?
It came about, I say around '83, but I really didn't talk to the guy that was representing them because I didn't trust him. And so you have to understand, when I got arrested, I was telling people what had happened to me. They failed to move on it or say anything about it. I just shut up, because didn't nobody believe me.
And it was through Chicago Torture Justice Memorials, being really spurred on and inspired by Stan Willis and Black People Against Police Torture, that we were able to mount a campaign for reparations for the Burge torture survivors. With Miriam Kaba of Project NIA, along with We Charge Genocide and Amnesty International.
It was really exciting. It brought together people from different strands of organizing in a way where everyone was, honored for their differences. There were multiple actions. Train takeovers were done in such a beautifully creative way. People were holding teachings that we didn't know of, and that was great. I mean, that was the dream, and it was actually coming into fruition.
And we were able to get reparations for the Burge torture survivors, passing historic reparations legislation in Chicago City Council in May of 2015.
But the reparations come about, that was even more beautiful, because that showed the people would bleed us and was trying to help us now. We had people behind us that stood up for us, that was helping us all the way, when all the time we ain't never had that before.
The office has both supported and afforded us the ability so that we could go beyond what the courts could not provide us. And we could work hand in hand with the torture survivors, with organizers, to seek this redress, this change, that no verdict or no conviction truly can.
We still here, we still standing. We can speak on what happened to us. And that's why the memorial is so important to us, because it shows the things they used against us, it shows what they did to us, and it also shows that we still here. And we can speak on what happened to us. It'll always be in history now that we survived and we told the truth. We're gonna keep on pushing hard as we can until we get everything we need. That's how I see it.